Happy New Year. Is it Happy New Year?
Yeah, Happy New Year.
I'd laugh if we counted the days wrong and it's not Happy New Year.
Was it Trading Places? Was it Merry New Year? Merry New Year!
Oh, New Year films as opposed to Christmas films.
Oh. Well, Trading Places takes place over Christmas and New Year.
I've thought of a New Year's Eve film. In fact, it chills me to think of this film. I think it's an incredible film, and especially if you saw it at the sort of age I did.
What is it?
The Poseidon Adventure.
Oh, God, yeah.
And that's New Year's, isn't it? They're singing Auld Lang Syne at the beginning, aren't they?
This really kind of ties in with our old toys of Christmas, doesn't it, really?
It's
very much a film of childhood.
And TV at Christmas. And I think really the whole sort of folk horror and, Christmas ghost stories and M.R. James thing over the last couple of years, and which also ties into things like Scarfolk and stuff.
Yeah.
Ties into the fact that what we really remember is being scared.
Yeah.
That's what we remember about being young. And the Poseidon Adventure, I don't know, it was like just such a horrific scenario. For those that don't know, on New Year's Eve, an ocean liner capsizes and they have to make their way to the bottom of the boat, which is, of course, now the top of the boat.
Yeah.
Could you name some of the stellar cast in the Poseidon Adventure, Darren?
It's Ernest Borgnine, isn't it?
Ernest Borgnine is the man who stayed the same age all his life.
That's right, yes. He's the British version of Gene Whitfield.
He's American, is he not?
Yeah. Sorry, the American version of Gene Whitfield. Who also stayed the same age for a whole life.
Sid James, I would also stay the same age his whole life.
That's very true. Yep.
Tom Waits, I would say, has stayed the same age all his life.
Okay.
Tom Waits was 67 when he was 20, and he's now still 67.
Who else is in that film then? Is Ethel Merman in it? No, Shelley Winters.
Shelley Winters is definitely in it.
That's what I was thinking of.
But, should I avoid spoilers?
No.
Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman is kind of your hero. Is sort of an anti-hero in a way.
Right.
Yeah, he gets up everyone's noses and no one really wants to do what he says, but ultimately he is saving them.
Right.
And the scene I remember, the scene that really chills me, is they at some point meet a group going in the opposite direction.
Oh.
And they're all ghostly, and in their nightshirts, they all went to bed early on New Year's Eve, and they're sort of walking in I don't know, I'd need to see this film again to know if I'm remembering this correctly. But they're walking in a very sort of ghostly procession in nightshirts.
Right.
And Gene Hackman says, there's nothing we can do for them, leave them. And just the idea that they're walking to their certain death.
They're kind of already dead, the way that they're walking.
I think I want to watch this film again and check my memory of that. I'm wondering whether I might have a little bit of false memory here.
The 70s disaster film was a huge franchise, wasn't it?
Others in the genre. Could you name?
Towering Inferno.
Towering Inferno.
I believe that started.
Absolutely, in my mind, the sister movie to Poseidon Adventure.
Yep, I agree.
And I sort of thought of them as two halves of the same coin.
Yep.
One is water and under the surface of the earth, and one is fire and up in the sky.
Yeah.
and they are both sort of horrific in their sort of claustrophobia. One, you're trapped underwater, and one, you're trapped in the air with a building that's on fire and you can't get down, which of course has incredible resonance with well, actually, it has resonance with a few things, doesn't it? It has resonance. I was thinking immediately of 9/11, but of course also Grenfell.
Yep.
And so that horrific thing, is horrific because it happens.
The best two films,
could you name? Can you name the two main stars in Tower and Inferno? I think it might be the only time they're in a film together.
Steve McQueen.
Yep.
And Paul Newman.
Yeah. What a cast, right? And one of them's in the building and one of them's a fireman trying to get in, right?
Yeah, I think Steve McQueen, the fire chief.
Yeah,
Feels like he would be a bit more rugged.
Yeah, I could really watch that again.
Yeah, I could. So another disaster film I could think of, Earthquake.
See, no, I don't think I know that as well.
Not as good. That we've started with the two best ones. Airport, and Airport 77,
and Airport. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. How many airport films do you think there was? I think there might have been 4.
There were a few. Was there a Concorde one?
The Concorde one was Airport 80.
Right, Airport 80. They're like holiday programs.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little look at this because this excites me. And of course, the airplane films were parodies of the airport films, weren't they?
Yeah.
Right, airport film series. Right, see, this is the thing. I think I might not have seen the original one. So there's Airport in 1970, Airport 75, 1975,
right,
which came out in 1974, Airport 77, which came out in 77, and the Concorde, Airport 79, not Airport 80. So there was 4 airport films. And I'm sort of thinking...
Over 9 years.
I might have only seen Airport 75, Airport 77, Airport 79.
I'm thinking, maybe... Go on.
I am going to buy some dodgy DVDs on eBay after this is finished.
I think maybe I've only seen Airport 77.
Only one actor is in all 4 of them.
Ooh, Robert Vaughn, is he in any of them?
No, you're gonna kick yourself on this. This is absolute. This is yes.
Is it? I'm very pleased that I got that. George Kennedy.
I don't really want to waste your time doing more T-shirts, but I mean a George Kennedy T-shirt.
Wonderful stuff. So you're drawing Monopoly there, Darren? I can see.
Yeah. I was just sort of enjoying over the last couple of days thinking of other iconic Christmas things, and I thought of Monopoly and thought of it as quite a hard thing to draw. And then I thought, no, you wouldn't need to draw the board. You could just draw the pieces.
Yeah, that's really, the pieces tell you straight away what it is.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think you'll find the pieces are yet another case of political correctness gone mad.
I was going to ask if they've been changed recently.
Well, I'm even skeptical about the image I searched here because I'm down with most of these. I'm down with boot. I'm down with car. I'm down with dog. I'm down with top hat. I'm down with ship. I'm down with iron. I'm down with thimble.
Right.
Wheelbarrow?
No, there wasn't a wheelbarrow. Not in mine.
The wheelbarrow also makes it 7 on this picture. And I'm thinking that seems like a slightly inelegant number.
6, surely.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm already regretting having put this wheelbarrow in here. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of Wikipediaing on Monopoly pieces, because as I was image searching, I was seeing all sorts coming up. I was seeing dinosaurs, all sorts of crap.
Don't like
Bear with me. The Monopoly section. Okay.
It's extensive, sure.
Okay, yeah. Okay, right. The 8 playable tokens at the time included Battleship, Boot, Car, Race Car, Scotty Dog, Thimble, Top Hat, and Wheelbarrow. Well, that's not 8, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes, it is 8. So they're saying 8 was there.
Okay.
These were replaced by a penguin, a tyrannosaurus, and a rubber duck. In April 2022, it was announced that a previously retired token would return to Monopoly sets. The candidates for reintroduction were the wheelbarrow, thimble, iron horse, and rider. Iron horse and rider. Iron, comma, horse and rider. Horse
all right.
and rider.
Iron horse. You mean a train?
Oh yeah, there was a train, wasn't there? No,
I just there were train stations in the game. I think that's where we're thinking. Do you or did you like playing Monopoly?
By 1943, there were 10 tokens, which included the battleship, boot, cannon, horse and rider, iron, race car, Scotty dog, thimble, top hat, and wheelbarrow. To be honest, this is so complicated. I don't give a toss, really.
It's as terrible as the game is.
Do I like Monopoly?
Yeah.
I think I'm like quite a lot of people. I sort of like the idea of it. I think when somebody says, shall we play Monopoly? I think, oh, splendid. And I also think I won't get too into it. There's always someone who gets a bit too carried away. And I think I will not be the person that gets carried away. And then I get carried away.
Oh.
I really used to love playing Monopoly at Christmas with my he was essentially my granddad, but he wasn't my granddad by blood. He was my grandmother's second husband.
And he's appeared in a previous video.
Yeah, I expect he has, yeah. His name was Bill, and I adored him. Right. I loved him a lot. And when we played Monopoly, and I've actually also had a friend like this, my friend, my improbably named friend, David Lynch. And both of them have this thing where they cheat all the time, but in a really hilarious way, which is designed for the children to spot.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was really good. It was really funny. And like in the end, he didn't really care, and you sort of ended up winning. But he just made the game like lots of fun, and kind of was actually teaching you a little bit of a lesson, really, which was, don't take it so seriously.
Yeah. Well, I I hate Monopoly.
I think it's okay to hate it as well. I mean, I don't know if I could be. I don't know if I could be friends with anyone that took it too seriously.
Mm.
Like, imagine going to a party or something and meeting someone who's like, "Oh yeah, I play competitive Monopoly. I'm the Suffolk champion. I've been in the nationals."
Well, I mean, I play board games. I've not hardly played any this year, but I used to go to a board game club. To be honest, one of the reasons I went, my friend goes there, and it's the only way I could get to see him. And if I'll be honest, I wasn't getting out much and getting a bit lonely, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get out and meet new people, go to this club," and I hated it. I didn't want to meet new people at all.
I think once again, you say like a board game club, and I think I do have some friends that go to board games evenings. And I think once again, I like the idea. The idea of sitting around with some people, maybe a few beers. Of course, you know, I would always introduce beers into this.
Yes, yeah. Well, I did as well. Yeah.
That sounds great. That sounds lovely. Sit around, play some board games. But like, as in a previous video, I know, and I hate the fact that I do have a competitive streak.
Right. Yeah.
And I would hate the idea that it would get taken too seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's my thing. I'm quite good at. I don't mind losing board games at all. I play to win, but if I lose, I'm not bothered. But I do know people who hate it if they lose.
My favourite person in the world was telling me a story the other day about playing Risk with some friends and it making her cry, like she had to go into another room and cry because everyone ganged up, which apparently you can do in Risk. And and she found it a really, really upsetting experience that people could be so horrible.
Oh, God.
I also had a little period, similar actually, where I thought I could do with a few more reasons to get out of the house. And I joined a chess club.
Yeah.
Brought a few books. I mean, it refers to earlier when I was spending too much time playing chess online.
Yeah.
I thought, I shouldn't be doing this. Let's play it with human beings. Went there and saw the same sort of people that I saw when I did my volunteering at the railway, that I did when I went to sell pictures at Comic-Con. People like me. I'm not looking down on anyone, but a certain kind of gentle man that at the same time has a simmering white hot rage inside them. And I went and I started learning a few openings. And I don't know how good I am. You know, I won a few, I lost a few. There are people there that were way better than me. About the fourth week, I played this guy. And I don't know what happened. You know, there's a bit of luck. And I think chess largely is about not making mistakes. I think the ability to be a good chess player is the ability to just learn not to make mistakes.
Right.
Anyway, I beat him in about 7 or 8 moves. There's this like really kind of peculiar checkmate you can get quite quickly at angling and bishoping or something. And I'd seen it in a book and it worked. And he upended the table. He picked the table up and threw it and slammed it down and went, fucking hell, and stormed out. And I was sitting there in shock. And somebody else came over and just put their hand on my shoulder. I went, it's okay, it's all right, don't worry. And about, 10 minutes later, he came back with a beer and went, sorry about that. But That was it. I didn't go back. I was like, I'm fucked if I'm going here again.
Marvelous. Oh, good.
That male rage, it is everywhere. You never get away from it.
I guess it when I'm doing DIY. The only time I get it.
Yeah.
The rest of the time I'm fine. But it's always kept under control. But if I'm doing DIY, it's
I was doing a Twitter thing the other day trying to get those bastard little LED lights out. And I was talking to someone and then I said the solution. I said, well, the solution is to swear a few times as you do it. And somebody said this thing to me, which John in Hefner said to me once as well. And he said that swearing is part of the job and it does help you get it done. And sometimes somebody say, look, I don't know why you're swearing. That's not going to help. It's like, no, that's where you're wrong. It really, really does. I need to swear to get this done.
I believe that swearing is known to genuinely to relieve stress.
Yeah. I kind of, this outwardly propels me through the job. I want to believe that your first guitar is white with blue stripes, like a GT car.
It's not. It's if you bear with me. I can show you what colour it is. Just slide it under the camera. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a Hondo Mark II H732L ML Deluxe Series. I know this because I looked it up online yesterday. I've never seen it online before, and lo and behold, there it was with all the details and everything.
I don't have my first guitar. I don't have my second guitar. I don't even think I have my third guitar. I think they all died or lost or sold or something down the years.
Well, this is I've had this since 1986. It's not quite a toy, but it was bought for me at Christmas.
No, I think that's okay. In fact, I think I quite like the idea of trying to think of something that isn't quite a toy. Like that kind of age where you get to where, I don't know. I suppose
I was thinking
are starting to not be toys, aren't they? Like the sort of things you could still ask for as a man.
Yeah, and I think this was the year when maybe toys got fewer and I got things instead of toys. So yeah, got this guitar. I mean, really, you can almost trace all of my life path from the moment I started playing guitar.
Yeah.
I think it was pivotal.
Yeah.
So, it's quite a big present.
Yeah.
So I didn't realise how big at the time.
I can also see that on a T-shirt, but I almost feel like you need to farm out the idea of you would draw their first guitar.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe I will.
Excellent. Brilliant fun.
Yes.
Another
very
one
good.
done.
So happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully this has helped you get through your hangovers.
Happy New Year. And to you and all your loved ones, except that racist one. Because you've all got a racist one. Some of us have 2 or 3.
Yep.
All right. Bye, Darren.
Bye, Darren.